Good morning, everybody. Thanks for following along. This is the second video regarding the Graziano Transaxle. In the prior video, I discussed the requirement for installing drop gears into the Graziano to better suit the power nature of a pushrod LT4, which is less revving. It revs lower and produces more torque in the lower rev bands than an Audi or Lamborghini overhead cam engine. So I want to mention a couple individuals. First is Ron Mccall. So Ron Mccall owns a transmission shop in Maryland, and the name of the shop is Mccall's Auto Works, and they're in Hampstead, Maryland. And Ron does a lot of work with regard to these types of transmissions. So he installed the drop gears, and I highly recommend Ron. He was very communicative in working with me and sent me pictures as they took the transmission apart. And we actually ran into a challenge with the drop gears, which I'll discuss in a minute. But anyway, it was a pleasure working with Ron. Also, on the prior video, I showed a lot of information with regard to the different drop gears, and I mentioned that a forum member did a lot of research. So his name is John B. You can find him on the forum, and he specializes in high-end parts for high-performance cars. So he actually sells the various drop gears and also the high-performance clutches that a lot of people use in these transmissions. His company is HCF Auto Works, so you can find all of his information on gt40s.com. Okay, so let's get to the walk around. So this is the Graziano. It's a 6-speed manual transmission, and I want to point out a couple things. Let's see, this is pretty cool. So if you look at the logos embossed on the transmission, you can see, well, this is upside down, but the Raging Bull of Lamborghini, and then the Olympic rings of Audi. So that's really the pedigree of this transmission. If we look at the back, it has this sort of black coating on it. That's for sound deadening. A lot of people chip that off or take that off. I'm just going to leave it on. I think it looks good. The diffuser will be black, so it'll all blend right in. If we take a peek around the front, and there'll be more written up on my build thread, but basically what Ron does is he pulls out the forward-facing drive shaft, because the SLC is a 2-wheel drive car and the Audi is a 4-wheel drive car. So there's a shaft that really protrudes and comes out, I guess, about this far. And if you're mating it up with an LS or LT engine, you literally have to grind away a little bit of the engine block. So Ron took that out. He replaced it with a nice carbon fiber cover, and he did a really nice job. The one issue that we ran into, the gears that I bought, and I bought these gears from a company called Hollinger, and Hollinger made a set of gears for another forum member for the 903, which was the exact ratio I was looking for. And I bought these gears well over a year ago in anticipation of using them. And it turned out Graziano changed the spec on the transmission last year, and one of the gears would not fit as is. So Ron had to send the gear to a machine shop, and they were able to adjust the lip around the spine and grind it away. And it just he sent me pictures of it. It looked great, and you'll see a couple pictures on my build thread. So once again, another slight little challenge that we ran into, but we're in pretty good shape now. We've got the engine ready to go in the car, the transmission ready to go in the car, and not my next video, but the next to do is to finish the engine mounts so I can get everything mounted in the car, and then try to figure out how to mount the accessories in that front intake. Okay, so thanks for watching, and stay tuned.